Okay.
You all right?
Hi, you, March. Can you guys take your picture correctly?
Yeah, show your ring.
Yeah, please. Oh, yeah. 3, 2, 1. All right. Beautiful.
Warning, no man is prepared for what's happening in Cartagena on April 23rd. The city opens the door to unforgettable first dates that create real connections. Meet dozens of stunning single Colombian women during 2 nights of speed dating. Latinas who want to meet genuine foreign men, ready for lasting love. No apps, no swiping, just intimate moments that spark real possibilities. Colombia has a way of bringing the right people together. April 23rd, 2026, Cartagena. One trip and one connection can change everything.
Welcome back to Monday Night Webcast. It's good to see you. Sorry about the little delay. We're just preparing some special videos for you tonight. Let's start with our poll question tonight, which would be, how will your life improve after marrying the right foreign woman? So send in your answers to the poll questions, and of course, any questions about international dating and marriage, I'll be happy to answer that for you. And let's start with reminding you about our upcoming dating seminars. So we have New York seminar in the end of this month, April 25th. John and Tanya are going to be there. It's a 4-hour event. So I know a lot of guys actually flying in from other cities to New York to attend the seminar from different states. So if you're thinking about it, definitely don't hesitate. It's a lot of information. You meet clients who've been on the tours, possibly some couples that met through us. So tons of good information. Well, if you're planning on doing a group tour, individual introduction. So whatever it is you're planning on doing, you can get your questions answered that day. And if you can make it to New York, we have Miami, May 16th, and London, July 18th. We haven't done seminar in London in years, so if somehow you're from UK right now watching this, don't forget to sign up. And LA seminar, August 22nd. Probably after that we're gonna have a Phoenix seminar, but we don't have a date just yet, so stay tuned, guys. We're gonna have more seminars being posted on the website. And let's talk about our upcoming tour. So Cartagena tour, April 23rd. Speaking of Cartagena tour, we will have several videos for you. We have 2 interviews with ladies from Cartagena. Hopefully that will convince you to go on a tour. Luz, ID number 219322, and Paula, 209972. And after that, we're gonna have a Cebu tour on May 29th. And to show you how it's gonna look like, we're gonna have a video from the previous January Cebu tour. Also an interview with Nila Mae, 226345, and just some beautiful sightseeing, some tour videos. So definitely recommend watching it. So let's go to that, and then we'll return to answering your questions.
And to all the viewers around the world, my name is Rada. Happy to know you, and today we are joined by a stunning Filipina, and let's get to know her. Hi.
Hello.
Please introduce yourself.
Hi. My name is Nila Mae, 34 years old. My ID number 226345.
So, how are you, Nella?
I'm good.
Is it okay if I call you Nella?
Yes,
because Nella
sure.
is kind of long.
Yes, it's okay.
So let's get to know you so that the viewers can have an idea of who you are, okay?
Okay.
Are you ready for my questions?
Yes.
Wow, I like that. Very prepared. Okay, so tell me about your hobbies. What are your hobbies?
My hobby is singing and playing badminton.
Wow, sports. How do you show love?
By I'm showing love by taking care of people I love.
Oh.
Yeah.
So acts of service.
Yes.
So how about the receiving part? What love language do you want to receive from your partner?
Same. The quality time, the physical touch. That's
Also,
Yeah.
you feel love when they're.
yes. When they showing that.
Wow. I am curious, Nella, if how did you find out about AFA?
Yes. My friend referred to me this because she also referring by her auntie.
So friends that referred by her aunt, and then she referred you here.
Yes, and I'm interested to know about AFA, actually.
So how long have you been a member in AFA?
I'm new, maybe 3 months.
Oh.
3 months. But I'm not yet attending.
You haven't attended the
Yes.
social yet. Oh,
But
you should try
this
that.
coming May, I will attend.
Yeah, you should try that because it's so fun and you can meet a lot of women there, and some ladies make some friends there.
Yes,
Yeah, and
acquaintance.
you can also meet the man
Oh,
of your
I'm waiting
dreams.
for.
Wow. Anyway, so since we're talking about the man, so what are the qualities that you're looking for in a man?
He's has a good heart, a compassionate, then of course a responsible one.
So since we already talked about the qualities that you're looking for a man, now let's talk about your deal breaker in a relationship.
Yes, when a man broke his promises to me, like he is actually a good man when we're together, then he actually making doing the bad vices like gambling or taking drugs. That's why I hate it. So let's split. Right?
Yeah, I mean, like taking drugs is really a
Yeah,
non-negotiable and
yes.
deal breaker. Very, very high
Yes, but
deal breaker. So, what do you think is your biggest flaw as a partner?
sometimes when your partner is doing bad, so I'm nagging, but there's a reason behind it.
Well, of course. I mean, women nags if there's a reason
Yeah.
behind it. Because, I mean, if we nag without reason, we are like crazy.
Yeah.
There should be, because, guys, women are we have a lot of patience when it comes to the person we
Yes.
love. So we stretch it until we stretch, and then
Of
until the
course.
time that we cannot handle it,
Okay.
or it's not giving peaceful anymore, right? So I'm curious, Nella, why did you decided to look for a foreign man? Why not just date another local man?
Actually, I met many Filipino local men, and the same thing, the bad doings they do. So I actually want to experience a foreign man now.
If your future husband is watching, Nella, what do you want to say to him?
Hi, my future husband. If you are interested to me, just message me.
So guys, if you're interested to get to know Nila Mae, you can just add her to your hot list or send her a message, and she might be the one that you're looking for. Or you might as well, visit here and join our socials and meet her in person. Right? So thank you so much, Nila Mae, for giving us the time to get to know you better. So I hope you will find your future husband here in AFA.
Take my hand and follow me.
adventure, and today we are taking things out to sea. I'm Angel, and we are officially island hopping with our guests and their beautiful dates. Right here on the boat, the party is in full swing. We have a spread of delicious food, cold drinks, and yes, even a karaoke machine. There's nothing like singing your favorite hits while catching the ocean breeze.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Let's go, let's be free with me.
Something about the way you move makes me wanna feel your groove. Something about the way you dress, baby, got me feeling like a mess, baby. We should still have fun, though we say we don't, 'cause I just wanna get down with you. For the last time, I can call you mine. Once more than I swear we're through. We don't have time, so let's not waste it. We don't have time, so let's not waste it.
Some of our guests are hitting the throttle on the jet skis, racing across these crystal clear waters. And for those who aren't afraid of heights, we have the parasailing ready to go. Just imagine the view from up there. It's great to see the ladies and the men cheering each other on. Whether they're flying high or speeding through the waves, the adrenaline is definitely at an all-time high today.
Something about the way your skin feels underneath my lips. Something about the way you look at me gets me every time I see your face. We should still have fun, though we say we don't, 'cause I just wanna get down with you. For the last time, I can call you mine. Once more than I swear we are through. We don't have time, so let's not waste it. We don't have time, so let's not waste it.
What a day it's been! From the thrill of the jet skis to the high-flying views on the parasail, it's been an unforgettable island experience for our guests and their dates. The sun, the sea, and the songs, it's been a perfect getaway. Thanks for coming on to this ride. I'm Angel, and I'll see you at our next stop. Bye!
Buenas noches, chicos, nuevamente aquí en Cartagena, esta hermosa ciudad. Estamos con una mujer divina llamada Luz, un espectacular nombre, ¿cierto? Soy 10-219-322. Luz, cuéntanos ese nombre, ¿qué te identifica? ¿Cómo te sientes?
Me siento una mujer empoderada con mi nombre, alegre porque es luz.
Irradia luz a dónde
Irradia
va.
luz.
Maravilloso, cuéntanos un poquito cuántos años tienes, a qué te dedicas.
Tengo 25 años, soy asesora.
Impresionante, bueno, espectacular. Y a ver, ¿tienes hijos? ¿Te gustaría tener hijos?
No tengo hijos y sí me encantaría tener hijos.
¿Cómo sueñas esa familia perfecta? ¿Con mascotas? ¿Cuántos hijos?
Con mascota, 2 hijos y una familia donde haya un hogar que se amen, se respeten ante todo.
Es lo más importante. Bueno, vamos a adentrarnos un poquito en Luz. Vamos a descubrir qué tanto tiene Luz, a ver, para contarnos hoy. Sacamos una preguntita. La lees para que ellos puedan conocer qué dice. A ver qué
Si
salió.
un caballero te invita a pasear, ¿te gustaría más la montaña o la playa? Sería la montaña.
La montaña. Describe ese lugar perfecto para esa cita. ¿Cómo sería?
Sería modo picnic en una montaña, no sé en qué lugar, pero que sea bonito, que sea mucha naturaleza, los árboles, que se respire paz.
Maravilloso, espectacular. Vamos a ver aquí con otra preguntita.
¿Cuáles son los valores que más te gustarían en un caballero? Que sea respetuoso. Siento que el respeto es la base de todo.
Muy importante. ¿Y tus valores? ¿Cómo son tus valores para con esa relación, con ese caballero, con ese hogar que deseas construir?
Pues ante todo, como te dije, la responsabilidad, porque eso es un trabajo en conjunto. Entonces, la responsabilidad, el amor, el compromiso y el respeto.
Importante. Las herramientas claves. A ver, vamos con la última preguntita.
¿Qué 3 deseos le pedirías a la lámpara mágica?
Qué difícil esa pregunta.
Demasiado difícil.
A ver.
Pues tener un hogar, que haya mucho amor, porque siento que el amor, el respeto, todo, como lo dije anteriormente, es la base de todo. Que conocer a un hombre que, así como yo me dedico a mis cosas, me dedico a la relación, también se meta en el papel de la relación.
Cuando tú hablas de que me dedico a la relación, ¿a qué te refieres? ¿Qué le dedicas tú a una relación?
¿Cómo te explico?
De pronto, atención, detalles, ¿qué tipos de detalles?
Atención y detalles. Y como tú te comuniques con la comunicación.
Bueno, espectacular, ya saben, chicos, aquí tienen esta hermosa mujer que irradia luz, se llama Luz, Shai 10-219-322. Por último, un mensajito a todos esos caballeros para que vengan a conocer. Una invitación.
Los invito para que vengan acá a este super evento. Es primera vez que vengo, pero me ha parecido espectacular.
Y a conocerte, que es lo más importante.
Exactamente.
Bueno, muchas gracias. Chao.
Chao.
Hola, hola, hola chicos, esta noche estamos con esta espectacular mujer, ella es Paola 209972. ¿Cómo estás la noche de hoy, Paola?
Espectacular, una noche maravillosa que vamos a conocer y a compartir aquí en la agencia.
Así es. ¿Ya has venido anteriormente a un evento?
Sí, es el segundo evento que asisto y muy chévere asistir.
Sí.
Se divierte uno mucho.
¿Cómo te has sentido? Exacto, vienes tú de pronto a conocer, a encontrar a esa persona especial y también compartir con otras chicas de la agencia, ¿cierto? Cuéntanos un poquito a qué te dedicas, Paola.
Soy especialista en salud ocupacional, trabajo ejerciendo mi especialidad y bueno,
Sí.
de eso trabajo.
¿Tienes hijos?
No tengo hijos, soy soltera
¿Quieres tener?
Quiero tener hijos y quiero conocer un excelente caballero que pueda ser mi compañero de vida.
Sí, ¿qué esperas tú de esa persona especial, Paola?
Que sea noble, respetuoso, atento, que tenga visión, proyección conmigo como pareja.
¿Qué papel juega la familia en tu vida?
Muy importante, siento que es la base de todo, la unión de esas dos personas, de mi futuro esposo y mi persona. Debemos hacer que esa proyección sea muy
Como sí, que se compenetren, que puedan salir adelante juntos, ¿cierto?
Sí, así es.
No. Paola, cuéntanos, ¿estás dispuesta a mudarte del
Sí,
país?
estoy dispuesta a mudarme a otro país, no me ata a Colombia.
Donde encuentres la felicidad, podríamos decir.
Correcto, sí.
Sí. ¿Qué haces en tu tiempo libre?
Voy
¿Te
al
gusta?
gimnasio, me gusta cuidarme, me gusta asistir al gimnasio, practico canto cuando puedo.
¿Practicas qué?
Canto.
Ah, qué chévere.
Sí.
Sí. ¿Tú eres de acá, de Cartagena?
Soy de Cartagena.
¿Te gusta la playa? ¿O
Me
que de
gusta
pronto?
ir al mar.
Ok.
Sí, a las islas. Espero compartir con ese esposo que viene en camino, ir a las islas de Rosario, que son espacios muy lindos que tiene esta ciudad.
Exactamente, Cartagena tiene muchas cosas maravillosas por conocer, entre ellas sus mujeres. Paola, vamos a coger unas preguntitas de acá y vamos a darle su respuesta para ampliar un poquitico más acerca de ti.
¿A qué sitio irías a vivir una aventura? Bueno, me gustaría con mi futuro esposo ir a Italia,
¿Sí?
a una de las ciudades bonitas que tiene.
Y románticas.
Así es.
Vamos a tomar otra. Exacto.
¿Qué es lo que más admiras en un caballero? Que sea amoroso, que sea atento, que sea noble.
Esas bonitas cualidades.
Esas cualidades los hacen únicos
Así
y
es.
especiales, para que la mujer va a sentirse muy amada si encuentra en él un hombre amoroso, atento.
Compañero.
Sí.
¿Sabes inglés? ¿Estás aprendiendo?
Estoy en un proceso de aprender inglés.
Sí, estás estudiando inglés. Ah, bueno, Paola. Dile a esos caballeros que te están viendo que te van a conocer aquí a Cartagena.
Los invitamos a que vengan a la ciudad y agendemos unos espacios para compartir, posiblemente viajar.
Así es, gracias.
Alright guys, hopefully that motivated you to go to beautiful Philippines or amazing Cartagena, Colombia. So let's get to your questions. And the first question would be from Parker. What motives come up the most for Filipinos pursuing American men? Stability, family goals, relocation, finances, or a mix? Well, first of all, all ladies are looking for love. It is the most important thing. But beyond love, there are other factors, of course, that will impact their decision. They're looking for a stable man who's going to be a good husband, provider for a family, somebody who can become most likely a father, and either help her raise her kids or maybe start a family together. So those factors are very important. So I would say, yeah, family goals, stability. Relocation, not so much, because actually, if given the opportunity, ladies would prefer to stay where they're at because they have big families, they're very close. It's a very family-oriented country. So leaving all your multiple brothers, sisters behind, mother, father, cousins, this large family that they can be missing terribly much. It's, for a lot of ladies, it's super difficult. So if there is opportunity for her to stay in her country, because we have guys who relocate to Philippines, especially if you're retired, why not? It's a fairly inexpensive place. You can buy a nice house and live there, in very comfortable conditions with your new wife, and she will be happy, so she doesn't need to go through the whole stress of immigration and relocating to another country. She'll be actually very grateful. Let's see. The next question would be from Derek. What questions about money and lifestyle make sense on a day one without sounding transactional? Well, as far as the lifestyle, you know, ladies, I mean, you can ask her questions about her hobbies, what she likes to do. Even in her hobbies, it will give you an idea, you know, if it's expensive hobbies or not. And another, you know, tip for you: you can see how she dressed, what she's wearing, you know. Even just look at her purse, you know. So sometimes I tell guys, just hey, you know, look at purse, Google her purse, and see how much her purse cost. You know, if it's something super expensive, then there is a good chance she would want to continue this lifestyle when she moves to your country. So, you know, if you can afford it, if it's good, then, you know, go for it. But if it's something that you probably won't be able to provide her, maybe it's better not to pursue that option. If you cannot, you know, judge that nothing for yourself, you know, you can always ask our staff. Trust me, our staff is females. They can tell you, you know, how much all the cosmetic procedures cost and stuff like this. Like, for example, if we're talking about Ukraine, beauty industry is huge, and all the ladies just, you know, going to cosmetologists, fitness centers, and etc. on almost not on a daily basis, but pretty much all the time. So it's huge, and in the United States, that is super expensive. So again, think about it. If see how much money she invested in her appearance, and, you know, check the price, how much it's gonna cost her when she relocates to the United States. So you don't even need to ask her, you can do research yourself. So yeah, but just talk to her and just ask her how she envisions her future life too. So, you know, like if she's planning on working after marriage, she prefers to stay in home wife, you know, what's her goals and expectations, how often she wants to go out, go on vacations, things like this, to get the understanding. You can cover pretty much all this within the first date, as long as it doesn't sound like a job interview. You know, there are ways to ask questions without being, you know, sounding very boring with a question, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Just be creative with asking those questions. All right, more questions. Nate says, what red flags should an American man watch for during introductions, group settings, and follow-up chats? Well, if so, for example, let's imagine you're at a social, so the group event, and a lady keeps insisting for you to leave the venue and let's go out, let's take my interpreter, I know this really cool karaoke place or whatever it is. So if she's trying to take you away from all this crowd and just you know, take you somewhere, it's probably not a very good sign. Just politely decline and stay till at least almost the end of the social. Meet whom you need to meet, exchange phone numbers, because imagine if you leave at the first social hour, you barely met like 10% of ladies in the room, so, you know, it defeats the whole purpose of you coming there and attending the event. And then you go to this probably super expensive place where this lady is suggesting to go, and it's not gonna work out. You're gonna get upset, and it's not gonna go anywhere, and you already missed the opportunity to talk to all those ladies. The same with individual dates. The first date on our staff schedules, usually, you know, if it's Latin countries or most of the case Asian countries, the first date happens at the office. If we're talking about Ukraine or if we have a few other countries, the date usually held at the restaurant. So our staff knows better, and they schedule meetings at you know, good nice places, but not super expensive. But if, you know, you're trying to schedule a second date with the lady directly, and again she's trying to schedule a meeting in the place that's not on the list of recommended restaurant, I would suggest to, again, just Google the place, check their price range, so make sure you don't end up with a $1,000 bill, you know. So just do that again. And if you're not sure, you can always ask our staff. And for follow-up chats, just, you know, if somebody is a, you know, gold digger, you'll pretty much find out about right away, because after 1-2 dates maximum, you're already gonna get messages like, oh, my phone just broke down, how, you know, I need my new phone to be able to stay in touch with you. And this happens all the time, the new phone story, and like, or I need new pair of shoes or fur coat or whatever it is, you know. So if she's interested only in financial benefits, it will come up within first or second date. So just watch out for it. And if that happens, tell our staff that it happened and move on. Don't fall for that. Let's see. Joe says, what wedding steps do you actually provide, and what wedding still falls on the man? Well, as far as verifying the lady's profile, it's a bit of an extensive process. I would actually verify women profiles more than men. Because when a lady registered with the service, she needs to provide us her passport, a driver's license, or any form of government issued ID, so we can verify her age, her information. In most of the cases, ladies sign up at the office, so they meet with the staff face to face. Our staff talk to them. You can just have a brief interview and get to know them a little bit, because they need to do matchmaking in the future, so they need to know those ladies in order to find those ladies, the best husband possible, and also introduce you guys to the best ladies possible. If somehow a lady doesn't sign up in the office physically, if she lives in a location where we don't have an office, that's fine. We can do the video interview with her. The staff get to know her, make sure the photos that she submits for the website matches her passport photos, matches the videos that we're doing. So if everything is good and there is no issues, then we post the woman's profile on the website. And of course, there's some complaints about profiles. So if the lady goes on a date and something goes wrong, a guy complains that she started asking for money, of course we're gonna reach out to a woman and get her side of the story. So never just take guy's word for it, because it's dating, people get upset, get frustrated, so we need to hear both sides. But if it's something reasonable and man's correct, we will remove a lady from the service. On the men's side, when you register, we do a sex offender check, so make sure you're not on a sex offender list, and you do fill out personal background form in your profile when you're answering questions like this: what states you resided in, have you been married, have you ever sponsored the K1 visa before, if you have any kids under 18, any criminal records. So you answer all that. With that being said, that information we cannot really verify, so you answer it to the best of your ability. But if it's filled out incorrectly and there is some issue on the criminal background form, that something you missed, something you forgot to disclose, so your marital status was incorrect or something else, when you do the file for fiancé visa, your visa will be declined, so your lady will not be able to come to United States. So I do not recommend to make mistakes on personal background forms. So even if you fill out in the beginning when you register, then you haven't used your profile for a few years and you got ready to go 2 or 3 years later, something changed in your life, so your kids became over 18, or you moved to a couple more states, whatever it is, just make sure you disclose it. Just reach out to us, we'll reset your background form and you'll fill it out again. So it's very important to have a fresh background form before you travel to your destination. All right, more questions. Wonderful. Second. Gary's asking, how should an old American man handle age gap ethically? Well, age gap, it's very different for every country that we go to. Like as we just talked about the Philippines, the ladies are the most open to the large age gaps. To them, when they say age is just a number, they truly mean it. In other destinations, it's a little bit more strict than that, I would say, for Eastern Europe. Overall, ladies prefer 10-15 years. You can push it to 20, but there has to be a lot of other factors that you need to go with that. Latin America, I would say 15 years average. Again, it's not very common to have marriages with more than 20 years age gap. It's once in a blue moon it happens, but still. And Peru is about 10 years age gap. And again, when you ask a lady first, do you really have age preferences? She'll never really answer it direct. She'll say it very blurry, that, it just depends on the man. And yes, it does depend on the man, depends on, on his life situation, his physical condition, and so many other factors. If there is a really chemistry connection, of course, it all matters. But in the end of the day, once this initial chemistry is gone and people start dating, get to know each other and see lifestyle differences, that's when it's gonna start coming up. So if you end up dating somebody with a significant age gap, if that happened, I do recommend to again discuss everything with this lady before she moves to United States. I mean, with fiancé visa you have right now it's 14-16 months processing time, so you have a year and a half to discuss all that to see how exactly she sees the future life, because she's younger, maybe she likes still didn't get partying out of her system, maybe she likes to go nightclub. Are you okay with that? Are you okay if she's gonna be going out a few times a month with her girlfriends to nightclub? Because most likely you're not gonna be going partying with her, if that's something she's interested in. Or for example, if she big fan of traveling, she traveled all over Europe and continue doing it, and you never left your state, nor left your state only once, travel to your country and that's it. So just make sure your lifestyle gonna be at least similar. So, because again, when people are in love, you think you can overcome all this, but when people start living together, all this come up and it gets, very frustrating for both sides. So just talk, communication is the key. So discuss everything from life habits, to financial aspects. It's also very important. And also, if if you have a huge age gap like 30 years, I mean, she's probably gonna be your last love, but you're not gonna be her last love, because she's probably gonna remarry after you pass away. So just discuss that. Not most pleasant subject to discuss, but if you care about this woman, it's just think about those factors, how it's gonna work. All right. Kent is asking, how many socials do you actually get on a trip? So pretty much on all tours we have 2 socials. It's done in the beginning of the tour. This way you get a chance to meet all the ladies like in the beginning, and for the rest of the tour you can follow up with the ladies that you met on social, the ladies that you met during individual dates. So whether they stay in the country for 7, 10, 14 days, whatever it is, you have time to go second, third, fourth date with the same woman and establish connection. So that's why we do it in some destinations, like we're in Asia that we do now. So for, let's say, Bangkok, the recent tour we did to Bangkok, so we still do 2 socials, but then we had a bonus social with Chinese ladies. The ladies from China traveled to Bangkok to meet guys who came on that tour. But that's only, so the bonus third social is really just for the those Thailand tour. I think we have Malaysia tour like that, but so Asian tour is the only exception. If we're talking about any Latin tour or Ukrainian tour, that will be 2 socials only. McKissick, answer to poll question. My life will improve after finding the right foreign woman because I will have the companionship that I need. For example, someone to accompany me to events, and I will have someone to help me out in my law firm. Well, as long as she would be interested in assisting a law firm, because she might have her own career goals, maybe she would want to continue whatever she's doing. She might have about 0 interest in law, so that's something you would need to discuss with her. Joe says, is being upfront with being practical and not so easy motivated to splurge is a turn off? Well, Mansis appears being cheap on the first date. There is never a second date. Nobody likes a cheap man. So I mean, I understand being concerned for not being taken advantage financially, because things happen. But again, if you have those concerns, talk to our staff. Try not to look cheap on a date, not to worry about the cost of the salad interpreter's ordering. If you're like sitting there about to have heart attack, like, oh, interpreter also ordered a drink, it's gonna break my bank. Yeah, don't do this too. But yeah, so just act normal and then talk to interpreter in the end of the date, and they will give you feedback and make some recommendation, because again, all ladies are different. Let's see what else we have. Eric, are Filipinos really more open to serious conversation that early? Yes, again, that's another only exception that we have for Philippines. So the dating period for other countries is much larger. So in Philippines, people tend to commit very fast. We have engagements pretty much during the first week of the tour. That happens very often. It's just the nature of the ladies, it's just their mentality. Again, they're very open-minded. If they find someone whom they love, nothing else really matter. Let's go meet parents. For other countries, it's just people are more reserved. In Ukraine, people are definitely very cautious. So the dating period, in most of the cases, of course, again, there are exceptions. Every couple is different, but most of what I've seen in the past 15 years in this international dating in Ukraine, before the war, usually people would date about 6-8 months and then start the fiancé visa process. Sometimes year and a half, again, depending on the situation. In Latin America, people would commit faster than in Eastern Europe, but again, add the factor that fiancé visa nowadays take longer, so it's about 14-16 months, what I've heard. So factor that. So yeah, maybe you want to start, if you feel that's the right person, you might want to file for the paperwork a little bit earlier, because you have a year and a half of long distance relationship ahead, and you might as well get the ball rolling for all this. Oh, we're getting a lot of questions tonight. Fantastic. DC Cat, I'd like to marry a foreign lady from South America or Eastern Europe because it comes from families. And if I marry one, I have extended family because I'm all out by myself. Well, I don't know how much of an extended family you're gonna have when it comes to Ukraine. You're probably gonna have more relatives if your future wife is gonna be from Latin America. But in Ukraine, it's not very common to have multiple children. So 1-2 kids, probably the tops. It's just because of the economical situation, and now with what's going on with the war, so it's just, yeah, you're not gonna have too many family members most likely. But Latin America, it's a different situation. So if you're looking for big family events, Latin America the way to go. Travis says, how big of an issue does language become once the trip ends? It's really not that big, especially with all the tools right now. So for example, you use Viber. Viber has this built-in translation message, so she sends you a message in Viber in her native language. So let's say it's Ukrainian, you just push the button, it translates. You can do Zoom calls. It has built-in AI translation, so you understand each other perfectly, really. So it's great tools. So there's so many ways to communicate with each other. And when you're still on a trip, and if you're not using an interpreter, there is headphones also with AI translation. Some better than others. I'd recommend to shop around and do the test before you buy something. I bought the cheap one on Amazon for $50. It was like not that great, so I'd recommend to spend a little bit more money on that to get a more quality thing. Malibu Ad says, great webcast, thank you. If the lady still wants to go out with her girlfriends and night clubbing, why did she register with AFA to look for a committed relationship, for example, marriage? Well, look, just because you get married, that doesn't mean you're not allowed to leave the house, I still have so many friends of mine. In my personal life, I see it all the time. If there's nothing wrong with having a girl night out here and there. So if people are not going out there to meet the man, you just go chat with with your girlfriends without your husbands sitting there. Just want to discuss your girl stuff and have a few laughs, maybe have a drink, and there's nothing wrong with that. And in clubbing, some people like to dance, especially if we're talking ladies from Latin America. They do like to dance. Are you gonna be dancing? Maybe it's not gonna be clubbing, but she's gonna be doing salsa, bachata. So she will meet some people from her culture here. So make some local friends. Let her do it. Have fun. Again, they're not doing it to cheat on you or find another man. They're just doing it because they want to have fun. They're young, What were you doing in your 20s? Pretty sure you're not sitting in the house watching The Wheel of Fortune. You probably were hanging out with your buddies. So next one from John. So after the socials, AFA sets up the dates. If you find someone that is Well, during the social, what I'd recommend to do at the social, still collect ladies' phone numbers. You save it. If you use an interpreter, which usually there is an interpreter, they help you collect the phone numbers. They assist you with that. So keep that piece of paper with the phone numbers, and you can reach out, especially if you really like a lady. Feel free to reach out to herself. Send her message on WhatsApp same night or the following morning. Just say hi and just ask how she feels about going out and when she's available. So you don't have to really involve our staff into doing that unless you have some challenges with communicating with ladies directly, which you still would need to be able to do at some point. But you can always ask our staff to help you with that if you struggle. The only thing is, when you schedule a date on your own, make sure you tell your staff member who assigned to scheduling your dates that, hey, I'm booked for 2 p.m. on Monday because I have a date with Olga. Please don't schedule someone else, because you don't want your assistant to schedule Ludmila for 1:30, and you cannot be at two places at the same time. So make sure is to communicate with our staff. Okay, second. Renee, Anna, do you agree with formal people mentioned regarding age gap? Half of your age plus 7 years. Well, overall, yeah. It's overall work for a lot of people. Of course, there are different factors. I would say probably a little bit less of an age gap would be better, but hey, I guess so. More or less this formula is correct. But again, less of age gap you have, more chances you have something in common with this lady, because again, initially it starts with a physical attraction, looks, but family is something. You need to have a foundation for this family. You need to have common goals, common interests. Maybe you don't have to listen to the same music, but at least you have to have some point of references. When you say something, refer to, I don't know, a music, TV show, political event. She needs to understand what the heck you're talking about. There has to be something in common with you. So there's just so many additional factors to that formula, Alright. Joe says, I don't know when I see guys throw their money around easily. To me, they look like someone who can easily be taken advantage of. A little resistance would make them seem smarter. But then again, I'm not a woman. Again, there is a fine line between being reasonable and not being taken advantage of. Also, again, looking very cheap to women, especially to Eastern European women. It's a huge turn off. There is nothing like a guy who's trying to take you to McDonald's on the first date. Yeah, thank you, but no thank you. Not because she wants to, again, take advantage of you, but she wants to be courted. It's very important. And it's another, it's a little bit of a test in the water in the beginning of the relationship, because a lady will be relocating to where you're at. She's going to be quitting her job. She's going to be either selling her apartment or ending her lease in wherever she's staying. So she's going to be homeless. She's going to be without a job. She's telling everyone she's leaving for another country. So she wants to make sure her future husband is going to be taking care of her financially, that her level of life is not going to be worse than she has now. So she's used to go to the gym 3 times a week, go to cosmetologist twice a week, hair, nails, buy her nice clothes, because it is very important for every woman. So she wants to be able to expect the same when she comes here. And she comes here, she realizes that there's going to be constant fighting and struggling, and she has to ask her husband for every $20-30 to spend on whatever. It's just, again, that's not going to end well. That's why she wants to test it in the beginning before it all gets too serious. So guys, don't forget about it. Alright, so that. Joe says, I haven't been on a date in ages. I'd have no clue on how to set one up. Probably need some help with that. Okay, no problem. Our staff will help you with that. Just talk to your assistant, again, whoever it is in whatever country. They can help you. They can help you at least write the text to a woman. So you still might want to reach out to her directly, start this direct communication because yeah, they will do the first date for you, but again, at some point you do need to talk to this woman. It's not going to be holding your hands for the next 3 months. So they will get you going. They'll give you initial push, and if you have any questions, okay, or how do I respond to that, or is there's any issue with that, just talk to our staff. They're happy to help. And Jonathan, is a 20 years age gap a good range? I mean, it's doable for pretty much all countries. It's doable. It's not unheard of, but again, just so many factors. 20 years is, for example, if a woman is a 20, man is a 40, there is a big age gap in this case, just because they come from two different worlds. So she's basically a teenager still, and he's a grown-up man. If we're talking about a woman who is 40 and a man is 60, they're much, much closer in their life experience. So it's not only about the age gap as a number, but also it counts with the life experience for two partners. So don't forget that. All right, so it might be the last question. Yeah, I think it was the last question for tonight. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate that, and really looking forward to seeing you next week. Have a good night.
Buenas noches, chicos, nuevamente aquí en Cartagena, esta hermosa ciudad. Estamos con una mujer divina llamada Luz, un espectacular nombre, ¿cierto? 19322 Luz,